Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit. Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Job, and we are just finished game week 25. It's literally it's a sad day for some, happy day for others. But Joff, you know what? Why don't you just tell me one thing, Joff?
Hit me.
Why did you bring Sergio Aguero? What happened? Where did you go wrong?
I'm happy. I'm still happy with that move, man. Anytime I bring in a player that looks that dangerous, it's a good thing, man. I know that he did nothing, but at the end of the day, he earned a penalty which he didn't take. I don't know why. And he hit the post with a ridiculous save from Lloris. And what else did he do? What else did he bloody do? He missed a tap in from like 2 meters or 1 meter away, which I don't know how he did, but. Look, at the end of the day, he looked dangerous, and that's what it's all about, man. So if you don't own him, be scared for that West Ham game.
He looked so dangerous until the 64th minute when he was substituted by Pep Guardiola, which I was pretty happy about because I think he's back to being the hour of power man.
Hour of power man.
His role in this City team. That's when he plays his best football, when he only plays for 1 hour.
That's it, man. Pep's like, I gotta manage this guy's minutes. His little thunder thighs. Got to make sure he's all right.
All right, mate, why don't we go straight into our team's job? How did you get on in game week 25?
All right, so I made 3 moves, took a -4, had the 2 freebies, and yeah, look, not too bad. I mean, I was happy. I reorganized my team. I got Jimenez back in, I got Aguero in, and yeah, looking a bit. What did I get for the week? I got 62 points for the week. Roughly 2K, was it? 2186 is where I'm at. Henderson got me 10 points. Salah captain, it's 32. Thank you, Mr. Salah, again. You're a legend. I love you, buddy. From Roma days, man. I love him since Roma days, all right? It's been a long time with me and Salah. We're really close, really tight. But
you and Salah were tight before Salah was cool with the EPL.
Yeah, that's it, man. I knew Salah before he was big, man. But yeah. So, no, not a bad week. I'm happy about it. And what about yourself? How'd you go?
Yeah, I had a great week, mate. It was the perfect way to answer wasting my triple captain on Sadio Mane last week. So I came back with the bang. I didn't lose my cool. I kept it. I kept it on the D low. You know what I'm saying, Joe? I mean, there was everything. There was a lot. There was everyone around me. There was the Twitter sphere going crazy. The FPL community was just going into meltdown, and people were wildcarding, and people are jumping off buildings and stuff. But Mickey Boy, he's just sitting there at his desk, just chilling out, like, you know what? On reflection, maybe I could have, chosen a different path and maybe triple captain Salah. But you know what? There's always next season. I'm just going to make one transfer because, you know what? Just cucumber cool here. I love it. I'm going to bring in the man that unraveled me. I'm going to bring in Salah himself. I'm going to captain him because that just seems like the most logical thing to do. So I went straight from Mane to Salah. Put the captain's armband on Salah. I held on to Firmino, even though he upset me a little bit during the double game week. But when it got 3 assists, somehow missed out on all bonuses. Riddle me this. I don't know what happened there. But still 11 points. You can't be nothing but happy with that. And then the only other notable of interest in my team was Mr. Fernandes gave me a beautiful 9-pointer for Newcastle. So it seems like whenever they do keep a clean sheet, Fernandes seems to get all 3 bonuses, which is really lovely to see. And also, I mean, he obviously nearly got a goal in that game as well, Joffrey, which we did see right at the late there. So I was back up to 30K after a horrible double game week, but I'm back into 17K in the world now.
Nice.
After a great game week 25, mate. So I mean, just goes to show, when just to take a lesson from this. If you do ever have a horrific game week, just take some stock of your team, take some stock of yourself, do some deep breathing, and just have a look at your team and just answer the hard question: is my team crap? Do I have some decent plays in there? If you do, and you just had one bad week, that's fine, man.
Yeah, that's good.
You can have a good week the week after. So, that's just something to show, right?
Yeah, good advice there. I like that. It's just, there was a lot of, I'm going to wild card, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's just like, it's unfortunate. It's just, you're right. Taking a chance to breathe. I remember back in the day, man, when we used to play when I was a kid, man, like, I used to have a bad week. I used to watch the games live in Australia. It's bad. You'd be going to bed like 4:30 in the morning, and there's a lot of tension going on. Like your captain did nothing, and you're like, that's it. I'm going to make early rage transfers, and a lot of the time they backfired on you. So it's just something that just take a breath, just wait for the morning. You know what I mean? Or wait, sleep on it, and then the next day you'll feel better, and you'll be like, you know what? I don't need to blow up this whole team. You know what I mean? I could just make 2 moves, be intricate, and be better.
That's it. Always be better. Yeah, mate. So I've lowered the gap slightly on our brotherly rivalry down to 44 points, which I'm pretty happy about as well.
44. It's up
Uh,
to 44. Oh shit.
oh, mate, it was up to 54 last week,
There you
mate. So I'm
go.
happy to knock 10 points off you. So yeah, making it still interesting for I'm hoping that
Nah, it's a
we can
long
get into
season.
38 and be within 10 points of each other like we were last season, because that was an absolutely just a nail biting bloody game.
Yeah.
So I'd love to be there again. It will be fun.
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, mate. So that is us for the week. So why don't we just jump straight into the Take the Hit Public League, Joffy boy? I'll kick us off with our top three. So we've got me, myself, and Ibe, Charlie King sitting in top spot on 1566. We've got Sam Oz FPL, Balloon de Origi sitting on 1547. So only pretty close there, just over 20 points behind. And then we've got Joffy boy sitting in third,
Ooh, all right.
1544, only 3 points behind second. Joff. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. Keeping it nice and close in there. Yeah.
That's right, Joff. All right, well, we'll get to the other leagues a little bit later on. But, Joff, why don't you kick us off with the man who's really just upsetting me at the moment? He's keeping me nice and burning whenever I look at Ryan's bloody 2 or 1 point that he seems to get every single week. I just tend to look at your team and I see this bloody Henderson fella, Joff, getting, double-digit returns.
Crazy, man. Crazy. I mean, what a keeper to own. I mean, the Sheffield United team, before the season started, I was always aware that, all right, this Sheffield United team, they're good. I'm a Leeds United fan, and obviously I'm aware of what happened last season in there. And they were always good in defence. Sheffield United always keep it clean and keep it tight anyway. So I was always aware of it. And I mean, this season, look at that, 9 clean sheets for the season for a team that just got promoted. And yeah, so it's just like, it's something that you're looking at a player here that you just come up and 9 clean sheets, and he's got what, 3 double-digit hauls in his last 8 games. One from an assist, one from just basic saves, and the other one was penalty saves. So definitely one to look at, especially in his next 4 game weeks. He's got Bournemouth at home, Brighton at home, blank game week, and then he's got Norwich at home. So next 4, that's some tasty fixtures. I know that he actually blanks in 31 as well because he's playing against his parent club, but just for those next 4 weeks, I think it's, you might even wildcard by the time that 31 comes. So good option, Mick.
True. I'm shattered I didn't go with him instead of Ryan, but oh well, we make these mistakes in FPL life, do we
Shit
not?
happens, mate. Shit happens.
That's right. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to a nice, happier moment of 25. I'm going to move on to Bobby Firmino. Now, I have been banging the Bobby the Teeth Firmino drums. I've been going at him even prior to the double game week, just because he has been in a little patch of form, and I do like my Bobby Firmino purple patches. And I was a little bit upset with only getting 1 goal over the double game week, but then he came back and got 3 assists in the last game against Southampton. So very happy with that. That's the thing, when Bobby's playing and he's in that kind of form, the kind of stuff he pulls off is pretty ridiculous. Like that back heel to, I think it was Henderson, was it?
Yeah, it was
For,
special.
just sexy, and that's the kind of shit that Firmino does, mate. When he gets into that little bit of that little bit of form, that little bit of arrogance, he just pulls off these little tricky, intricate passes. Which, I mean, it's great to watch, but it's even better to own when you own someone like that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
just talking about Bobby Firmino, I mean, they are playing Norwich away next week, Job. Maybe a little bit of sneaky triple captain.
Oh, not a bad shout. You never know, man. You never know. It's true. There's not many players that have the audacity to do some shit that he does, because he does. He takes on the game. He'll do a trick pass, or he'll play like a dangerous ball. All this kind of stuff. Where a lot of players play it safe these days. I love those players that are because the number 10 role from back in the day. I love those players. We grew up in that with the playmakers, and they make shit happen. I love that. I love that kind of I don't know, just taking risks. It's good. It needs to be done. So I'm a big fan of Bobby as well. He's good.
Yeah, I mean, especially for people out there that still own Mane. Now, there's no guarantees that Mane plays against Norwich. I know it's a split round, and he does have an extra week to recover from this muscle tear. But in saying that, they do play Atletico literally a few days after that. So, I'm a little bit worried about Mane holders like yourself, Joff, because I don't think there's any guarantees that they play against that he plays against Norwich. And in saying that, you're going to need to own 3 Liverpool against Norwich. Like, you just must. We just do not know what's going to happen in that that game. Like, it could be a cricket score job. It's
Oh,
going to be
it's going
nuts.
to be big, man. It's going to be huge. But I completely think he's going to start. I think that what Klopp said in that press conference is one of the reasons why I held him, even though I kind of already made moves and I didn't want to lose another -4. But I just feel like Klopp said, he's obviously going to be playing against Norwich. He was kind of clear about it. And when I read that, I was just like, I didn't understand what he meant because, within a week, I was just thinking, surely he wouldn't say that. But then I did my research and checked the dates. I don't even know why I did. I thought maybe international break or some shit. And I was like, oh, it's a split round. He's telling the truth here. I feel like Mane will get at least 60 minutes minimum because he loves slaving the boys. I reckon he's just going to keep slaving the boys until they mathematically win the Premier League. And then they'll be like, oh, then we'll focus on other shit, because it's not far away from mathematically being done. It's done already. We know that. But Klopp obviously will want to guarantee it and stuff. But you could be spot on at the same time. Maybe he only plays 30 minutes and they play him in the Champions League. You never know.
I think he gets rested for the Champions League. And in saying that, if he does get rested for the Champions League, Sir Bobby the Teeth Firmino will step up and just go nuts. So I reckon he's a great option if you are looking for someone in your forward line, which a lot of people have been of late. Especially people that have been wildcarding. But for people out there that don't own Mohamed Salah, Joff, tell us. You love Mohamed Salah, don't you?
Oh, big fan. I mean, the guy, I triple captained him. He's got 16 points for me 2 weeks in a row. And then obviously being captain, like that's insane. What, 48 plus 32, 80 points. Wow. That's pretty good maths, by the way, on the spot. But yeah, I mean, Salah, if you don't own him, like you just said, you got to get him in. It's simple. Even if you own Mane, you should be getting Salah now anyway, regardless, because I don't know. Salah's always been in my team. You just can't get rid of him. He's immovable. He's the immovable force. He's on penalties as well. I don't know. There's not much else to say. Just Mohamed Salah. That's it. Mohamed Salah. I love him.
That's the thing. I mean, for me, the reason why I made the move without even thinking about it for Mane to Salah is, I mean, he's going to be my captain over the next 5 weeks. I'm not even going to be thinking about it. I mean, picked up this form. I made a mistake not owning him for the double game week, but I rectified that straight away. Captained him straight away, and then Norwich away, West Ham at home, Watford away, Bournemouth at home, Everton away. I mean, just captain Salah every week. It doesn't seem to be any more straightforward than that, especially if he maintains this form, which I think he will, and he should really see Liverpool into the title very, very soon.
Yeah. I mean, mathematically, like we said, it's close. It's definitely close.
All right, mate, why don't we move on to the Chelsea game, Joff? So I watched my boys in blue play. It was a frenetic game. It was a very, very well fought game between these two teams, sitting in third and fourth.
Third and fourth, yeah.
Something of this like, but it was good to see Mason Mount back on the pitch playing 90 minutes on set pieces, and obviously delivered 2 delicious crosses to Rudiger to knock away. So people out there that are thinking of jumping on Rudiger, I know there's going to be people out there that just see, oh, Rudiger got 16 points, I'm going to bring him in straight away. Chelsea have not kept many clean sheets at all this season, all right? We didn't even keep one in that game, all right, against Leicester. So I think it's 2 in the last, 10 game weeks. It's absolutely dire. So Rudy is not going to be scoring every week. All right. So if you do own him, you are going to be looking for attacking returns, which he may or may not deliver depending on who he's up against in the box when he's going for headers. So just a little bit of caution there if you are going to be buying Rudiger from Chelsea. But I mean, someone you should be buying, someone you really should be thinking about, Joff. You know what I'm going to say. I was just chatting about him a little bit earlier when we were for my punt of the week.
You're talking about your main man there.
It's Mr. Harvey Barnes, Joff. This guy is just in electric form, on a bit of a tear, as I like to say.
You love your tear.
I do love my tears. 3 goals in the last 3, also an assist in the last 3. Hey. So just delivered double-digit returns and just been absolutely dynamic for this Leicester team, who has been on a bit of a decline of late. A lot of people have been jumping off Soyuncu, jumping off Vardy, but if you are jumping off these players, maybe jump on Harvey Barnes, mate.
I like that.
Million. Great option as a fourth midfielder, especially as we're lacking for midfield options at the moment. So I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Harvey Barnes. And could be a Grealish replacement for me in the future, or even like a Traore replacement, depending on who you currently own as your fourth mid.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I mean, the next 2 fixtures aren't easiest fixtures that he'll get against the Wolves team that is pretty resilient, and obviously City. But at the same time, after that, man, it's out of control. It's some ridiculously beautifully green light fixtures. So getting him in early, you never know. He could even pluck a goal in the next two goals in two. You never know. He's on a tear, as some would say. So I think that there's a lot of interesting players in that, and even you spoke about Mason Mount in this game as well. And I think that he's been very hard done by this season for the amount of minutes that he's played. He could have got many more assists and many more goals. He's a great player. He's just young. 5 goals, 5 assists for the season. I think
Yeah.
that he could be one to look at in the coming weeks. I know they got United at home and Tottenham at home in the next two, but they're very like pointable games for many Chelsea players. So I actually like Mason Mount as well as a potential kind of differential in the coming weeks as well, me.
Yeah, very nice, mate. But someone that has been disappointing us of late, blanked in the last 5 game weeks, you got rid of him, Jamie Vardy, Joff. His drought continues. Yeah, I mean, after this goal-scoring run that he went on, it's kind of sad to see this drought from Jamie Vardy. I've held on to him, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of him because of, as you just said earlier, his fixtures are going to ease up real soon. But I want to see more from Jamie Vardy, Joe. It's been a complete drop off, hasn't
It's
it?
been weird. I mean, look, I feel like it was a bit of a kind of, what was it? It was he had a kid. I think it was I think he had a baby and he was injured a little bit. So it was a bit of, I don't know. Who knows what goes on there? He's obviously got a lot of a new lease of life. He's obviously got a newborn. I mean, you've got a 2-year-old little legend, little Logan. So it changed your life, I'm sure. It's just something that you kind of can't understand until you experience it. And I mean, I've never experienced this. I don't know what he's going through, but I think that there's a lot going on there. Whereas obviously football maybe is less important all of a sudden. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden family time. Who knows? But I think that one thing's for sure is you got Jamie Vardy here who will get back to form very soon. I think that it'll become all right. It's time to get back into it. I've had enough of this poor form and got to reward my FPL owners.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that happening. Speaking about Jamie Vardy, mate, why don't we go straight into our Undertaker of the Week? So we've been sent one in from one of our patrons, Joff, Zach Robertson. He's gone for a bit of a Leicester sellout. He's just sell all the Leicester players. Leicester's dead. They're dead in the water. So he's taken a -8, which we always like to see. -8. It's a big move. So he's moved Schmeichel to Henderson, which was a fantastic move when you look at it in hindsight. Great. I think it was like a 9-point move there.
Well done.
He's gone Soylate to Lascelles, another great move.
Damn.
Lascelles the clean sheet. And he's gone Vardy, as the aforementioned Vardy, to Aubameyang. So that move didn't work out so well. I
The
can see
letdown.
that with it though, because I mean, Arsenal's fixtures are great. Auba is back. He's been well rested. But I mean, Auba did show in that game that he was a little bit, lacked a little bit of cutting edge as he did scuff a few chances. So all in all, no, great Undertaker there from Zach Robertson.
Yeah, well
Thank
done,
you.
Zachy. Really good effort.
All right, mate. Well, before we get off this Leicester City versus Chelsea game, I don't think I can go any further without talking about Big Bad Willie Caballero. Yeah,
Shit.
Caballero. I don't know what the hell happened and how he got his spot between the sticks. I think he needs to retire or something. I mean, what was he thinking of? Did you see that run? Like, who does he think he is trying to run out of the box like
Man,
that? What a psychopath.
You know what I want to know is how does he fool like teams to buy him firstly, and how does he fool managers to play him? Like Manchester City owned him too, yeah, and he got games for them sometimes. Like Manchester City, yeah, you think about that, they can have whoever they want, and then Chelsea did it too. It's like, and every time you watch him play, it's always a comic show. You know what I mean? Like I think he must be an unbelievable bloke, great bloke, and he must be an unbelievable just a shot stopper. You know what I mean? Like he does make good saves, but he just does funny shit. You know what I mean? Like look at that. Like watching the highlights because I didn't watch that game live. He's going for a run. I was like, they're gonna concede here, and then the thing is when the cross came across, Chilwell he knew he'd gone walkabout. So he's just like, all I got to do, the pressure's off him to get, he's just like, I just got to get the shot on target and I should be right here. That's all he did with his right foot. You know what I mean? Funny guy.
Absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, that's pretty much, I think that's Caballero's one game for the season. And I think, Lampard's probably just fuming. He's like, what did I start?
What did I do?
So, yeah, that was a funny moment.
He's like, wow, we got the most expensive goalkeeper on the bench here. What have I done?
Funny to see, mate. But all right, well, let's move on to Manchester City, Joe. They lost to the Spurs. That was an interesting game to watch. Caught the highlights of that one. I mean, there's a lot of connotations coming out of this game. So, I mean, the most notable thing, obviously, is Aguero not being on penalties all of a sudden. That's very worrying for Aguero owners out there. A lot of people did bring in Aguero this week.
True. Yeah, I was one of them as well. And look, I think that penalty miss was not a good thing, but for long term, maybe they get a penalty against West Ham, he'll take it. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe obviously Gundogan is a great penalty taker. I know that he's taken penalties for them in the past when Aguero's been off the pitch, but it's something that I just don't understand why he took it. But at the end of the day, he had chances. He looked good, hit the post. I can see him in the next game week to do some big damage against West Ham, man.
Yeah, even if he does only get 60 minutes, Jeff, a little bit worried about that too.
Nah. What's the point of worrying, man? Worrying in anything doesn't exist, So at the end of the day, Aguero, if he starts, he starts. If he doesn't, well, obviously I've got to look about moving him on. So I'm taking a risk. Yeah, when you bring in any City players besides De Bruyne lately, it's a risk. So I knew what I was getting myself into, and we shall see how it unfolds.
Right, well, the Spurs heroes were the newly purchased Bergwijn and Sonny Boy. I still think Son is overpriced. Unfortunately, he's still sitting there at 9.9 million. Still, I mean, but he scored back-to-back goals, Joffs. I mean,
he's good.
Son, he's going to deliver. We know he's going to deliver, but at 9.9 million, can you spare that money to bring in Sonny Boy Jim, the Korean barbecue?
Maybe, man. I think he's definitely a great option. I mean, Sonny Boy Jim Korean barbecue, I love you. No, it's I think he can be an amazing option, especially away to Aston Villa this week. I think he's going to be a big transfer in. I know that they've got Chelsea away and then Wolves at home, which are a bit more difficult, but still, I don't know, man. Son's a player that, as you can see against City, he can score against anyone, and when he's in form, and especially because they didn't really buy anyone to replace Kane, so he's going to be getting forward very much, So great player.
An interesting thing to come out of this game, though, that I liked was obviously Hugo Lloris is now back. We know Hugo Lloris is a great goalkeeper. He's down to 5.3 million, so he has dropped in price a little bit. And, saved the penalty, got 15 points. We get that. It's a big point for a goalkeeper. But fixtures are looking good, and, we know what Lloris can do. So he's definitely an option for people out there that are looking for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, you could be spot on. It's funny, isn't it? 2 bloody penalty saves in their last 3 Tottenham keepers, Like Mourinho, he's got them resilient again. It's crazy. It's pretty quick he's done it as well.
Yeah, that's it. All right, mate. That's enough about City. Let's just wrap up this little mini review of the game week, and we've got to talk about Arsenal, Joff. I don't like talking about Arsenal because I still think they're a work in project. They're a work in process.
Yes.
Under Arteta's, like I said, he's gonna need more time than the end of this week to bed in his ideas and his philosophies. People out there jumping on the Aubameyang wagon. I couldn't understand it. I mean, I get it. He's at a rest, maybe. I mean, he's going to be back on the wing again with Lacazette in the middle. I don't see it, Job. What am I missing?
No, I'm with you. I didn't understand all the hype. It was crazy. I didn't understand, how did that happen? Where did that come from? He had 3 games off and there was no form. I don't know. I'm unsure. But I mean, maybe in the next week or two, the hype is rewarded and he does some business, because he should have scored, obviously, against Burnley. We know that. But again, he was out of form, so the hype didn't really warrant itself. Like, Aguero's hype is different. The guy had 6 goals in 3 games or some shit like that, so it's different. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You never know. It could all kind of unfold in a good way for all bringer-inners, if that's a word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of people hit that wildcard button after a terrible double game, and the first 2 names on their team sheet were Aguero and Aubameyang. Yeah. So, I mean, after the blanks that they've had this week, it's a bit of a delete my team moment.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
man.
I mean, it just goes to show maybe a little bit of patience can be shown and a little bit less rage.
Rage transfers, man.
FPL, you know what I mean? But I'm sure both of these players will deliver over the next few game weeks. But yeah, it's just waiting until they do hit that form before you bring them in, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I want to quickly touch on Manchester United asset, the new boy Fernandes. I've seen him play over the years, and I remember he was linked to Roma a few seasons ago, which is the reason why I know a fair bit about him. And he's going to be a great option. I'm pretty sure he's going to take free kicks straight away, because he's great on free kicks as well. And he gets forward a fair bit. He plays that playmaker role. He's great at passing. I think he's a really good option. 8 million is a good price, I think. And I just don't know if United are going to get some consistency and some form, to be honest, to kind of warrant the move. But you never know. I just think that he's really one to keep an eye on. And he can definitely, like I said, he can assist and he can score. So he's a player that can do both things, which is, there's not many like midfielders in those big teams that can do both of those in a kind of consistent kind of frequency, like someone like Pogba, for example. So keep an eye on him. Just want to put it out there.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I did see him. He was he likes a shot, doesn't he? I watched the extended highlights of that United game and just see if Marshall could do anything, which he didn't again. But I really like what I saw from
Yeah.
Fernandez. So no, definitely a good shout, mate. I mean, I'd like to give him a little bit of time to bet in, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that's it.
coming in at 8 million, do you think that's a bit
No,
overpriced?
I think it's fair, man. I think he can deliver. Like I said, I've seen highlights of him when Roma was heavily linked to him. I was just like, man, I got to check this guy out. And I was like, I liked what I seen. And
Okay.
that's why, because he's resurfaced now at United, they spent big money on him as well. So it's like, I expect big things. I really do. I think he'll find form soon enough.
All right, all right. All right, mate. Well, I mean, just got to bring up one more player, Jack Grealish. People out there still holding on to Jack Grealish. Hold him. All right. I know I'm a bit upset too. I saw,
A bit
you know,
upset too.
I saw Villa, losing to Bournemouth. That wasn't too surprising. And Grealish has blanked twice in a row, but he's got it's Tottenham and Southampton the next two, and then he's got a week off, then Leicester, Chelsea. So it could be time to go for Jack Grealish, but at the same time, if you watch those bloody highlights from that game, Grealish just terrorized,
Terrorized.
terrorized. So it's hard to take him out. So he's definitely going to stay in my team for the next 2 weeks at least. I might even keep him through the blank game week just because how dangerous he is. I mean, if he played for a half decent team, or if this Villa team could lift and maybe not get relegated, really should be boy, man. So yeah, it's hard to go
Well,
past
maybe
that
that
one, mate.
new striker that they get is going to help him, give him that lift. It was him Samato or whatever. You never know. You never know. They could get it back together, but he looks like a man on a mission. I love seeing captains that lift and carry the team on his shoulders. He's an unbelievable player, and you never know, man. He could be scoring in these next few fixtures that are difficult as well. You never know.
Could be. All right, mate. Let's move on to some questions. All right, I've got a few questions here. Let's have a look. Pedro wants to know, he can only take out one player. Should it be Lundstrom or should it be Soyuncu? Joff, who should he ditch?
Lundy, man. It's got to be Lundy now. I mean, Soy's obviously playing for Leicester, and Lundy looks like he's lost his place to that Burge guy. So, yeah, man. It's pretty sad. But maybe it's time to see Lundy go, man. What about yourself? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to tend to agree with you there, mate. I think Lundy's got to go. And I think if you're going to be replacing him, you replace him with someone like Ender Stevens, if you can afford it, or Baldock, if you can afford
Yeah,
it.
true.
Otherwise, you go for someone like Egan if you need to cheap out a little bit.
Cheap out.
Otherwise, you can go for even like a Saints defender, maybe like Steven, something like that, if you want to go for something around the same price bracket. But yeah, definitely Lundy needs to go. He's probably going to be going for my team this week, unfortunately, as well.
True. And actually, speaking of Saints players, we've got a question from Ginger Ninja here, and he says, "Is it time to load up on Saints players? If so, who, Mick?"
Well, I mean, obviously the businessman, Danny Ings is the first one that comes to mind. But other than that, I think you can go for someone like McCarthy if you want a
Yeah,
goalkeeper, or
definitely.
yeah, even Stevens like a defender as well. It's an easy option. A sneaky one though. Sneaky one for everyone out there. Kyle Walker-Peters has signed for Saints. He's going to be playing right back for them. Now, don't sign him just yet. Wait until Hasenhüttl gives us the go-ahead. I want a little bit of a green light from Hasenhüttl.
Nice.
Something on the
Nice.
lines of Kyle Walker-Peters trained really well. He looks fit, match ready, and he will be considered for the lineup. If he says those exact words, he will be in my team for this game.
Oh, damn. That's a big one straight away. And
I
actually,
want those exact words, Job. Just that is that quote. That quote.
quotation. And actually, I want to throw in as well. So a cheeky player for the Saints as well is James Ward-Prowse. I think that when he's in form, he does business as well. Like it's just a business thing with the Saints kind of thing. So he's on penalties and free kicks. So you never know. JWP could be good.
I love JWP. He's never quite lived up to
He hasn't, has he?
I mean, he's got such a great delivery from his set pieces, but his open play is just not that great.
Yeah, look, when he's in form, he looks good. He's just to make that next step up. He's just lacking that, but he could get there, Mick. I've got faith.
Nice. All right, mate. Why don't we round up our leagues, Joff? I will take us through our Patreon league. So we've got Joffy Boy sitting in top spot on 15. Well done, Joff.
Hey, thanks.
Second spot, we've got Return of the Snag, FPL Lewis sitting in 1543, 1 point behind you, Joff.
Damn.
Wow, that's a battle you got going on there. And then 38 points behind him is Hillmount Rovers, Brendan McGoldrick sitting on 1505, and 5 points behind him is myself sitting on 1500.
Well done. Well done. Actually, I'll take you guys through the FPL Take the Hit Squad League as well. So who have we got on top? We've got Lewis Husey on top. 1,398 points. Well done, Husey. And El Baba second, and My Little Bowley in third.
Beautiful, beautiful, mate.
Well done, boys.
Well, that about does us for this edition of the podcast. Thank you for joining me, Joffy boy. I appreciate it.
Pleasure's all mine.
Everyone out there that has listened along to the pod, thank you very much, guys. If you do want to support the pod, please head over to Patreon, then FPL Take the Hit. That would be very much appreciated. We do enjoy all our patrons. Thank you so much to everyone out there that support us. We very much love you guys. But aside from that, Joffy boy, good luck with game week 26, Joff, in this little split round of fixtures. It should be interesting. I mean, to say the least, and considering we're going to have to wait an entire week before we can see the, our live rank and everything update and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit testing for some people. I would imagine there'll be lots of early transfers guaranteed.
That's standard.
I already guarantee that one. But yeah, mate, it should be interesting.
No, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the game week 26, and just keep on doing your thing, guys, and there's still plenty of time to go in this season. So much time.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. All right, guys. As we said, FPL Take the Hit. Always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Thanks, guys. Ciao. Take the hit. Take the hit. Take